to talk to you a little bit today about how to set up the putting area. It's very similar to setting up the chipping area. We want a nice flat lie all the way around the cup, and we do need 30 feet of green here. Our tee markers are going to be set at 6, 15, and 30 feet. We've already marked the circles around the cup. The circles are at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 foot increments. The point values are the same for chipping, where 1 is on the outside, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 25 if that golf ball is holed. At this station, the players do have the option to take the flag stick in or out. And we have two different methods of setting up the tee markers. One of the methods that I like to use, because it takes up a little bit less space, is you put the tee markers in a line going straight back. The 6-foot markers are going to be your widest, the 15 a little bit more narrow, and the 30 a little bit more narrow. It's the same line going all the way down through, which helps the kids a little bit. And one of the feedback that I have gotten some concern is, will this affect the player who's teeing off at the end of the day, having all 200 kids stepping through that? We've done this at quite a few different events where we had 200 plus kids show up, and we have not had an issue with any scuff marks in those areas yet. But in the event that something like that does happen, you can always move the tee markers between age divisions. So once an age division starts, they do have to stay competing at those tee markers. But let's say you get down to the boys 10 to 11 and you're seeing a bunch of scuff marks, you can shift those over just a little bit in between age divisions. One of the other methods that you can use to set up the tee markers is going to be the white golf balls. You'll see they're spread out at 3 different locations. With this method, you do want to just be careful that those tee markers are not getting in the way of another putt. So with this 30-foot putt, we don't want these 6-foot tee markers in the way, because it is wherever that golf ball does come to rest that it ends up scoring. So we don't want that golf ball to ricochet off of one of our tee markers. So that's one of the ways that we set up the putt station. So for marking the circles on the putting surface, a regular sidewalk stick of chalk works great. If your putting surface is wet or damp in the morning, a darker color is going to show up and last all day. So you're going to want to look for a blue or a purple. And if your chalk pack has it, black is always the best. This one does take a little bit more time to come off the putting surface, but you can get the sidewalk chalk off with a hose, or it will come off in about 24 hours. If your putting surface is dry, then using a white, yellow, blue, purple, or black is going to work as well. You have a little bit more color options if the putting surface is dry, but if it's wet, try to steer towards those darker colors and it's really going to pop.